No, your eyes do not see everything. The human visual system, while powerful, has several limitations in terms of what it can perceive. Here are some key aspects of these limitations. 1. Limited range of light visible spectrum. The human eye can only detect a small portion of the electromagnetic spectrum, known as visible light, which ranges from approximately 380 to 740 nanometers in wavelength. This means we can't see ultraviolet UV light, infrared IR radiation, X-rays, microwaves, radio waves, or gamma rays. Many animals, like bees and snakes, can see UV and infrared light, respectively, giving them a broader visual range. Brightness range. The human eye can adapt to a wide range of brightness levels, but it can't see well in extreme darkness or blinding light. In very low light conditions, we may struggle to see at all, and in very bright conditions, our vision can be overwhelmed. 2. Field of vision, peripheral vision. Humans have a field of vision of about 180 degrees horizontally, but peripheral vision at the edges of this field is not as sharp or color sensitive as central vision. This means that while we can detect motion and large shapes in our peripheral vision, fine details and colors are harder to perceive. Blind spots. Each eye has a blind spot where the optic nerve exits the retina. This area has no photoreceptors, so it doesn't detect light. Normally, the brain fills in these blind spots based on surrounding information, so we're not usually aware of them, but they are there. 3. Focus and depth of field, limited focus range. The eye can focus on objects at different distances, but not all at once. Only objects within a certain range of distance will appear sharp, while everything else may be out of focus. For example, if you focus on something close to your face, distant objects will appear blurry, and vice versa. Depth perception. Depth perception is primarily a result of binocular vision having to eyes. It allows us to judge distances and see in 3 dimensions, but it can be impaired or less accurate at certain distances or in people with vision in only one eye. 4. Color perception, color blindness. Some people have color vision deficiencies, meaning they can't perceive certain colors correctly. The most common form is red-green color blindness, where reds and greens can be difficult to distinguish. Limited color range. Even for people with normal color vision, the eye can't distinguish between some colors that other species can. For instance, many birds and insects see colors beyond the human visible spectrum, including ultraviolet. 5. Optical illusions, perception tricks. The brain can be easily fooled by optical illusions, where the eye sees something that the brain interprets incorrectly. This shows that our perception is not always an accurate reflection of reality, but rather a construction based on the information our brain receives. 6. Attention and awareness, selective attention. Even when something is within our field of vision, we may not notice it if we're not paying attention. This phenomenon is called inattentional blindness. For example, when focused on a task, we might not see something that's right in front of us. Change blindness. We can also fail to notice changes in our environment, especially if they occur slowly or during a moment of distraction. This is known as change blindness. 7. Interpretation by the brain, subjective interpretation. What we see is not just a direct image formed by light hitting our retinas, it's also heavily processed and interpreted by the brain. This interpretation can be influenced by factors like memory, expectations, and context, meaning that what we perceive is not always a direct reflection of the external world. Conclusion: the human visual system is impressive, but it has significant limitations. Our eyes do not see everything. They are limited by the range of light they can detect, the field of vision, focus, and color perception. Additionally, the brain's interpretation of visual information can lead to errors or omissions in what we perceive. Understanding these limitations helps us appreciate the complexity of vision and the importance of tools and technologies like telescopes, microscopes, and cameras that allow us to see beyond our natural capabilities.